Right now, we're very excited to have a session called Housing Options for Seniors. With us today is Theresa. Theresa is a registered social worker specializing in housing options for older adults. She's been employed with Sage Seniors Association for over 5 years and has gained a wealth of knowledge and experience working with older adults 55 plus. Theresa hopes to become a counselor after earning her next degree to continue helping seniors attain their goals. We're very excited to have Theresa with us today. Just to let you know, this is a shorter session. This is a 20-minute session. And at the 15-minute mark, just to ensure that everybody knows where we're at, I'm going to ring a bell. So when you hear this sound, that is our 5-minute warning. Thank you so much for being with us today, Theresa. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Amber. Welcome, everyone. My name is Theresa Goba. This is usually we will present this session in two sessions. So we're going to try and squeeze it all in one today. I hope we're able to get through it all. So we'll start. Housing options. Before we get into our options, I want to remind everyone that SAGE is not a crisis center. We do not own or operate our own buildings. We just provide information and resources to seniors. The staff at SAGE will provide support for seniors who are considering moving and give information about housing options and application process, how to navigate the system and to prevent homelessness. And we will advocate on behalf of seniors who are experiencing issues with their landlords, and maybe you're having issues with your neighbors. We can, help mediate or help guide you on how to come to a better term with your neighbor. We can be the link between landlords and potential tenants. We also ensure all available income sources are being received and your taxes are up to date. I've gone through this without clicking through. Okay. Our next slides. There are 3 levels of housing options for seniors, which we'll be talking about 2 today. The other one, which is the facility living, that presentation is usually done by an AHS staff, Alberta Health Services staff. So I will not be able to get into that. If there are questions, I will make referral to AHS Community Care Access. And if you can take this number, let's see if you have questions about facility, which is like nursing homes, contact 780-496-1300. So that is the number to the community access where they can give you information on how to access that option. So today I will be talking about independent living and supportive living, which is also known as assisted living. So for independent living, that means you're either in your own home or you're in a rental property and can still do your own cooking, cleaning, and so on. The other piece, which is supportive living or assisted living, meaning you can no longer manage in your own home and are thinking of moving. So some things to consider. Before we get into our options, let's touch on some reasons why seniors consider moving. We can find this on our checklist. I will be referring to our SAGE Seniors Directory here. We can find this checklist that I'm going to go through today on page 318 to 319. I don't know if you have your directory with you. If you do not have it, we do have it available on our website at www.mysage.ca. So if you can access the internet, go on there, you'll see a red link that says Directory of Senior Services. If you're not able to access that, you can always give us a call My contact number or intake line, I will provide that at the end of the session. Give us a call, we can mail you a copy. The only thing is though, we will ask for a donation for the postage. And again, if you're not able to pay that, not to worry, we will still send you a copy. All right, so safety. So what you want to consider when you're moving. Is your home still suitable? Can you manage the stairs? Can you easily get outside and to your basement? Or are you at risk for falls? Can you easily do indoor repairs? Or can you still manage the vacuuming and cleaning in your home? What about outside? Can you do the snow shoveling, yard work, and other outside maintenance? Does your home have good lights? Do you need safety bars or handrails? Is your flooring safe? Are you at risk for tripping or on loose mats or slipping? In case of an illness or an injury, do you have an emergency response system? So those are things you want to consider or think about when you're in your home. The next thing to think about is finance. Is the choice to stay in your home financially sound? When when we get into our retirement age, our income drop drastically. So when that time comes, you're no longer making the income you were when you were working. You want to consider if you can afford to continue staying in your home or your rental property. So yeah, can you still afford your rent, your mortgage, upkeep, repairs, taxes, insurance, and utilities? What major or even minor repairs need to be done in the near future? Do you have an emergency fund or money set aside for renovations or adaptations? Or would you be qualified for financial assistance, say, if you don't have those funds? So for most of the government grants, that are available, they are income based. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Will freeing up the equity in your home allow you to have more enjoyable lifestyle in retirement? Another option to consider is location. Because of time, I am going to skip through these. Again, they're in the directory. Please check them out. So you want to consider your location. Is your location suitable? Can you access transportation? Say you want to get to and from your doctor's appointment or go grocery shopping. Supports. What supports do you have in place? Are your children close to you to help you, or can you afford service providers to come to your home or your apartment to provide those services? Usually that costs money. There is an option for affordable service providers through the Seniors Home Support Program. So that's based on areas. So each area, or like north, south, west, they have their centers. We can also find that. I didn't get a page for that, but we can find that on page. To give that to you because this is some things that we go through when we're on the phone with clients. So yeah, the Seniors Home Support Program referral service that you can find on page 118 in the directory. So you can find which location you're in, or by postal code, give them a call. If that is not the right location, they will always give you the right center to call to. So that's what the stay-at-home safety check looks like in the directory. Home sweet home. After that reality check, some other pros and cons to consider, some positives and negatives. What do you think of home? Is is it the memories that is keeping you there? We all do this. We've raised our kids here. We've planted a certain tree there. We've had great community get-togethers there. So all of that are memories that we keep, which sometimes, you know, keep us from not wanting to move out of our homes. And in that light, you want to start thinking, are our memories precious? Our memories are precious, but are they practical in the stage of our life? We're talking of transportation services here. Can you access medical care? Can you still afford your home repairs and maintenance? I mentioned supports and grants earlier. So some of the grants and support that the government offers, there is the RAMP program, which is offered by the city. So RAMP is an acronym for Residential Access Modification Program. You can find that, you can call 311 and get information on how to access that. So let's say if you can climb your stairs or you're in a wheelchair, that is the program to check out so that you can get a ramp built in in front of your home. The other program, which is offered through Alberta Seniors Benefit, is the SHARP program, which is also an acronym for Seniors Home Adaptation and Repair Program. That, however, though, is a loan. So if you're thinking of accessing that, keep in mind that it's a loan. The only thing is, though, you will not be required to make any payment until after the sale of your home. So now some issues that seniors get into is interest rate. I don't know what the interest rate will be. I will encourage you, however, to call the Alberta Seniors Benefit line at 780-644-9992. That's 780-644-9992. When you call, make sure you have your Alberta healthcare number with you, and they should be able to give you detailed information on whether this loan accumulates interest and when it's required to paid back, when it's required to be paid back. But usually it is after the sale of your home. There is up to about 40,000 in loan for that program. And also we have the Alberta Aids to Daily Living. These are, support that's out there. Let's say if you require a hearing aid or some mobile, like a wheelchair or walker. So you will contact the Alberta Aids to Daily Living. However, though, you require, let's say, a doctor's note or a doctor's referral to access this. And there is also a cost sharing program, meaning you will have to pay some portion of that bill. Okay. Relocation. When you're thinking of relocating, some decisions making, after you've done your checklist and decide that you do want to move, ask yourself these. What type of housing and which services would you like? What is your budget? For low-income seniors, you may consider the subsidized housing options, which is based on 30% of your yearly income reported on your line 150. And you can find that on your notice of assessment that you receive from Revenue Canada after filing your taxes. Agencies such as Greater Edmonton Foundation, Vista Housing, and Operation Friendship offers subsidized rates. Income limits may vary. Right now, I do not know what the cap is for, let's say, low-income seniors. Last year, it was 36,000 for if a senior wants to access a bachelor suite, and 42,000 for a single person, and about 53,000 for a couple. If you're above that income threshold, you may not be eligible for those housing options. Sometimes they would accept you if there is space. However, you may be making market rental payments as opposed to the subsidized options. You also want to think about when to move. It is, of course, better to start the process sooner rather than later. Thinking about and planning to move before you need to move means you'll have more options available to you and a better chance to get a good fit. The majority of places have a waiting list. So finding something that you like and know the approximate wait time and plan your future move. What may trigger your move? Possibly an eviction or foreclosure. Again, as I mentioned before, you may have retired and you're not making as much income as you were when you were working. So now your income has decreased. We get this all the time where individuals come in, they're being evicted, or they're going through foreclosure because they can't afford to make the payments anymore. Another thing you want to keep in mind is people are living longer these days. So you can be at risk for outliving your retirement savings. And we've had, a couple of these issues. A 96-year-old senior we met at one time outlived her retirement savings. She lived at, one of the private assisted living, and those usually comes with money. You have to pay a lot of money, and I guess she didn't expect to leave until 96. So here she is, 96-year-old, looking to move because now she can afford, to stay where she is staying. So that's another thing you want to keep in mind. I will encourage you to maybe go to some financial planning sessions that are available to you. Another thing that may trigger a move is loss of spouse or a sudden decline in health. And again, you're no longer able to clean your home due to an illness or an injury. What if you also need to move but can't sell your home quickly? Can you consider renting it out for a while and living somewhere else? We all know that life happens, all right? So plan for emergencies in advance, talk to people who support you, and also generate some ideas. What can you do if the unexpected happens? Try to have a plan B or an emergency fund. Another thing is downsizing. You will most likely need to downsize when you relocate. Think about it this way. You can possibly fit a house into an apartment. And usually with the seniors residents, they're very small than your average apartment rental. Downsizing can be a very emotionally charged topic. How do you sort through your life and let go of more than you can keep? It is also hard to accept that our sentimental treasures may not hold the same meaning for others. What you may have been keeping to, say, oh, I want to pass this down to my son, my daughter, they may not like that. So that's something to keep in mind. And what do you do if they don't want what you've kept all these years for them? Um, Location. Again, you want to relocate to a place that have amenities where you can access transportation, recreation services. So that's another thing to consider. Another thing to look into, I'll try to go through this really quick, are life considerations. Pets, a lot of senior residences do not accept pet, or if they do, it comes with a cost. Let's say a down payment, or a monthly payment to have your pet there. Um, this year, though, GEF, which is Greater Edmonton Foundation, changed their policy and now can accept pets into their residence, which is a good thing. But the pet has to be at a certain size. Other than that, I'm not aware of any other subsidized housing that accept pets. Private ones, though, will accept pets. Again, like I said, it comes with a cost. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Parking. A lot of senior residents have limited parking. So that's something to think about. And smoking. Um, these days, most facilities are non-smoking facilities. However, there can be a designated area, say outside, for smoking. Allergies. Communal living is tricky to control. If you're allergic to carpet or cleaning product or perfumes and other allergens, keep in mind that the apartments are occupied by various residents who are from a cultural background. And we've had complaints about this where, you know, ethnic people are, when they cook their meals, others complain about the smell. So if you're moving to an apartment, that's something to think about as well, that, you know, other people will be there who are cooking their own meals.
We have unfortunately ran out of time. We're a couple minutes over already. I know that there's so much information here. If this session is being recorded, but if people would like to find out more information and call a phone number or follow up by email, is there a line that we could leave with people?
We also have our intake line where, you know, other social workers can see your call and respond to it. 587-773-1794.
Perfect. Theresa, I want to thank you so much for being with us today, for donating your time on a Saturday morning. I really appreciate that so much.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. And we